is Libby Delusion again, coming to you from Organize It. And who is Organize It? Well, here at Organize It, we are the most organized cleaning company in the world. We're servicing Southwest Florida with consistency, convenience, and a caring service. And we want to talk about something that's on every single person's mind today. Well, actually, for the last few days. And what is that? Well, that is starting the new year. We want to talk about starting the new year organized, starting the new year, with on the right foot. So, typically when we talk about New Year's resolutions, there are a few major things that a lot of people put in that bucket when it comes to New Year's. Typically, we talk about like losing weight, fixing credit. And then the last one is getting organized. And that's my favorite one. So those are the big ones: losing weight, repairing credit or finances, and then getting organized. So I just want to give you guys just a handful of tips to get on the right foot to get started. And these are going to be very simple, very clear tips that you've heard of before, but hopefully maybe they come across a little different. Maybe you need to hear them again, and we'll just get started because I want you to start 2024 on the right foot. And at any time, if you need help with this is something that Organize It can definitely help you with. But we also want to give you the tips to help you tackle this on your own. So the first thing I want to really encourage you to do is just to start to declutter. And just setting a simple 15-minute timer to help you tackle things in a very, very small way. Now, when I first started Organize It in 2014, I always recommended people to go buy one of those kitchen timers that you just turn the little dial and you could hear it ticking and it would stop. And now we have iPhones and we can simply just set a timer on our iPhones. But set a 10 to 15 minute timer and start very, very small. We tend to really like overcommit and, we get ourselves kind of backed into a wall, and that's where we kind of get paralyzed with procrastination. And we set ourselves up for failure. So start small. It's okay to start small. Start small and start with a timer. And start with areas that are the easiest. And the easiest is always to start with clothes. Always, always, always start with clothes. Never, ever, ever, sever start with papers or sentimental items. Ever. Getting organized is a learning practice. So we just have to train our brain. So starting with clothing is the absolute easiest category to start with. So start with doing your sock drawer or your pajama drawer. Something small, set a timer. When the timer goes off, stop. Be happy with what we accomplished. It's the gain, not the gap. And move on, and then set another 15-minute timer tomorrow or next week. So start very, very small. Set some clear goals. So do we want to do this every day or do we want to do this once a week? Be very, very specific with the goals that you set, that you want to achieve. It's okay to start small, but what's not okay is to not be consistent. I use this great app on my phone. And it's called Streaks, and it helps me be consistent so I do 6 things every day. So it helps me be really consistent with the 6 things that I'm trying to accomplish every day. And so just start small, but just be really consistent in the things that you want to accomplish. That's vital. It's just be super clear on what you want. And use technology like the app I suggested. Use technology for the timer. There are so many apps and things that we can use, but don't lie to yourself. A great example is I needed something to help me write down my goals. So I looked at some other softwares. And some of the softwares I looked at, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have the capacity to learn something new right now. I just I don't have it. So I went back and I just started using something that I already have, that I already know, that I already paid for, and that I was already familiar with, even though it wasn't the best thing out there. It wasn't the most user friendly, but it was something that I would use and that I was used to. Use technology, but also be real with yourself and really knowing what you're going to use. Don't go relearn something new. Don't make yourself have to go learn a whole new system, because we're setting ourselves up to fail when we do those things. Or just go back to I'm looking for my notebook, but I don't see it. Old fashioned pen and paper. Like, it's great. Like, even a journal. I have the 5-minute journal right here. Go back to old pen and paper. They're great tools. You want to, and I have this on my list, but it's time management, but time management isn't really real because you can't manage something that you have no control over how it moves. So you really want to, I use something called the perfect week. And it's not that you're managing time, it's you're managing the energy that's inside of the time. So presetting what I'm doing within the time so that I know what I'm saying yes to and I know what I'm saying no to. So it's managing my energy using the perfect week. And if you want to learn more about the perfect week, I can do another video or blog on the perfect week. I also do the preloaded year. These came from Dan Martell. They help me organize my week. That's the perfect week. And then the preloaded year helps me organize my year. But that falls under the time management, but I don't want you to get too wrapped up in time management because you cannot manage something you have no control over. These mindsets help you know what I'm saying yes to and know what I'm going to say no to before they even come up. And then really get your digital clutter under control. Digital clutter is this consuming our lives. I have a series called Mental Housekeeping, and it is all about digital clutter and digital cleanup. And digital is what's consuming our lives now. I feel like digital is what's causing our children to have high anxiety and stress. It's causing us to have anxiety and stress. It's causing us to have FOMO, fear of missing out. Really looking at, like, what apps do I have on my phone? What apps am I paying for? How many pictures do I have? What Facebook groups am I in? How many unread emails do I have? And some people say, oh, like, that doesn't bother me, but seeing 25,000 unread emails subconsciously have to bother you a little bit. Like, is there something in there that you're missing? Or is it, if it's not important, why are you allowing it to clutter your digital life? If it's not important, delete it. So digital space is something that is really going to be of great importance now, and even more important as time goes on, because our computers, our drives, Google Drives, emails, Dropbox, we could just keep going, but it's literally everything is now in the palms of our hands. It's consuming our life and our time. So digital is huge. I love my digital or a mental housekeeping series, and I've only done a few, and I want to commit to doing more in 2024. But really looking at, like, your digital files, your emails, and decluttering your life and living a lighter life when it comes to the things that are, because you may say, oh, well, they don't take up any space. And I would beg to differ. They are taking up your time, because you have to look at them and you have to deal with them no matter where they are, right? They're not taking up your physical space, but they're taking up your mental space. So this is a huge, huge topic that is just going to get more and more important as more social media platforms come out, as more Facebook groups, as you join more and more Facebook groups, as you get more and more digital friends, digital groups that we join. This is a huge epidemic that we are dealing with, and we have to learn how to maintain it. So that's my next tip. And my last tip is regular maintenance. So scheduling regular maintenance of when we're decluttering our home and our clothes, and setting our goals and reviewing them. In my Streaks app, I review my goals. I'll show you. Believe it or not, it's on here. I review my goals. It's a little obsessive. I have goals on the bottom. Oh, you can't see it. But I review my goals. It's 3 times a day. But it's regular maintenance of doing this that's so important. So regular maintenance of what am I cleaning up my digital life? What am I decluttering? What am I decluttering my house? When am I reviewing my goals? When am I looking at my time management or managing my energy? So setting regular maintenance to do these things is so imperative. This is how first you have to get organized, right? That's a whole step that we talked about. The maintenance is how you stay organized. And every year I pick an affirmation that year is about. Last year was intentional. Everything I wanted to do had intentionality around it. This year, my goal or my affirmation is to simplify and scale. I want to simplify everything in my life so I can prepare for scale. So to simplify, though, we have to declutter and prioritize. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully you found it insightful. If you enjoyed this blog, please remember to subscribe to our Organize It YouTube channel. Please remember to share it with a friend, a business owner who is looking to just declutter their life, their mental space, their digital life, or their home here in Southwest Florida. We greatly appreciate it. And don't forget, here at Organize It, we are the most organized cleaning company in the world.